wanted to say thank you for joining us today. I'm here today with Raymond Dias. He's with us at Mortgage Alliance. He's one of our great team leaders. We just want to quickly chat with Raymond today. Raymond, you just recently made the move over to the mortgage brokerage channel from the banking world. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a big step for you. We're obviously thrilled to be working with you, and you're succeeding in spades already. So you're doing a great job with your team. Just want to quickly ask you if you could, what were some of the reasons that made you make the move to come into the broker channel? What was your motivation?
There's definitely a lot of reasons, but some of the major ones are, when you have a client that's business for self, new to Canada, or, employed with commission income, have multiple rental properties, some challenges with credit history. I found that working through the bank before, it gave me a limited number of options for those kind of clients. Now, on this side, we have access to over 60 lenders. So if you're business for self, okay, we can help you. If you're new to Canada, yes, we can help. If you have multiple rental properties or want to buy a vacant land, we can help you as well. Now, that's, I would say, the main reason why we made the move. And you get to own your business. So it's not that the banks own the client, you own the relationship and you own your database.
Mm-hmm. And that's, you bring up some really good points, right? Because, and you know what, a lot of people are there at the bank for a long time and they get to the point and saying, okay, what's my next step? I want the next natural progression in my business to become a business owner, right? So I think, when we first started talking up until the time when you came, it was kind of just kind of a natural progression to where you are at your career, right? So, that's a really, really great thing. And you kind of came to, whether it's an epiphany, ooh, I'm doing it today or whatever it is, right? We all come to that at different times. If we could just kind of, Raymond, tell me, so you've been here for, 4, 5, 6 months now. What tips would you give to someone who's looking to making the move from the banking world into the broker channel? Other than, having a great regional manager like myself. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, you are.
But well, of course, what would you give some sage advice to people who are considering making that change?
Now, I would say don't take it lightly. Obviously, if you're like myself, we plan a lot of things ahead of time. Now, obviously, this is your career, this is your business, you're an entrepreneur on this side. So know that it takes a long time to prepare the move. So whether or not it's making sure you're there financially, whether or not you want to make sure that you've got the mental state, that you have the capacity to and energy to make that transition from the bank to the broker space. Make sure that you give yourself time, you prepare everything, and like you said, I know you were laughing a little bit there. You are quite a bit of help there, David. So I know that in making the move, I can always call on you. I know that even before we made the move, we have access to all this marketing and training and stuff that Mortgage Alliance provides. So anybody that wants to make that move will have access to that.
And that's a big thing. It's the support piece, right? Myself being a former banker as well, coming over, we like having the support. We come from an environment where we like to have the support channels, right? So that's something that we try, to build our model around is to making sure you guys feel comfortable when you come over. And that's why we do see a lot of, bankers coming to work with us. We say we're the bank of brokers, right? Because we definitely do see more of the bankers coming in to work with us because we do have a lot of them. So Raymond, obviously we're in kind of an unprecedented times right now. I just wanted you to comment too. So how are you transacting your business right now? How are you doing things? How are you looking after your clients? What things are you utilizing in order to make sure, you're still able to keep your business running and more importantly, to look after your clients and their needs?
Yeah. Now, obviously being part of a team, expert mortgage agents team, we're all reaching out to our client during this pandemic. So it's not that, we necessarily have to do a lot of purchase deals or anything. We actually reach out to our clients and offering help. Sometimes it means that we're just going over their budgets, making sure that, you know, whatever's coming out is being, as far as expenses and stuff, are being covered by whether or not it's the CERB or their current reduced income and stuff. So we actually are out there reaching out to clients, making sure that their financial situation is as fit as it can get today. Now, given the COVID pandemic scenario, there's limitations on how much face-to-face or any face-to-face that we're able to do with our clients. But with the process and technology that we have available through Mortgage Alliance, we get to do electronic signatures. We get to take advantage of Zoom and web meetings and stuff. Obviously, phone calls is still one of the major ways that we reach out to clients, phone calls and text. But there's also a lot of other ways, a lot of technology that you have available through here. We have safe uploading of documents that, you know, people don't realize that that's a big thing until something happens to them. So during this pandemic, we have technology and processes that addresses both safety for our staff, for our team members, and obviously safety for our clients.
And that's a thing where, you know, the technology is a really big thing where clients now, and it's funny because we're being forced now to kind of adopt this change. And we see a lot of people now, and even in our world, the nice thing on the broker channel is, you know, we can do everything electronically. You don't have to come into a bank branch. And it's just, this is the new world that we're living in, right? So it's definitely a new space, but it's great to see that you're, you know, utilizing all the technology and how you can get your documents directly from clients. They can send it to us right on their phone, right? They can do everything mobilely as well. So that's a really good thing where it makes it easier for clients to transact, and they don't have to worry about getting in their car or going somewhere. And even now, where, you know, it looks like we're, knock on wood, kind of coming through this though, but I think obviously it's going to be, you know, we're going to have more restrictions, and just in general, people are going to be a bit more conservative, you know, until we get back into, you know, what our new normal is going to look like, right? So we're able to help out our clients as well.
Now, if you don't mind, what would you say to a bank advisor or a mortgage specialist or somebody that's even working out of a completely different industry, but considering making the move, but they feel like there's something missing in their career? What would what would you say to them?
It's probably, you know, a two-part thing. So if you talk about someone who's in another industry, right, we see that quite a bit. And usually what we see is people are in a position, whether they're in the bank or just another job, is there's too many, like they want to have something else. They want something that's more flexible, right? So the nice thing is in our world, yes, of course, it's very flexible. If you are coming from a different industry, my suggestion is obviously come and meet with us first. We can have you, you know, attend some of our webinars so you get a better idea of what it's about. We have a kind of a good screening process to make sure that, is this the right thing for you, of course. But the really nice thing about that is it makes you think differently, right? And most people, what they say is they come to a point and they need more. Okay, you know what, like what I'm doing, I could be okay, but you know what, I want, and usually what it comes to, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to own my business. So whether, you know, you're coming from a different industry, I mean, and you usually hear this from bankers and someone like yourself too. It's, you've been at the bank, great spot. I've learned I'm a mortgage specialist. Yeah, you know, my ceiling and what I can learn working here. What's the next step for me? And for most people, is I want to own my business. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have that flexibility. And then, you know, in 10, 15 years, yes, I'm doing mortgage transactions now. 15 years, I want to be able to sell that to someone else. I want to have up some built up equity. If you're working for someone else at the bank, unfortunately, you won't have that. So in the mortgage brokerage world, of course, you can build up equity in a business. You're going to have something that's quantifiable that you can build, sell, and grow, pass on to your kids, you know, whatever that is. So usually what we see there is someone, you're at a point, yes, you know what, but there's something else out there. And it's usually that step is I want to become an entrepreneur. And that's the people we look for. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to take it to the next level.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I know that your time is valuable and you are critical to us making the move for ourselves, for our team, and all the help that we get from you, we definitely appreciate. Again, thank you for your time today and spending some time with us.
You're welcome, Raymond. And you obviously don't give yourself enough credit in how much you've taken on and growing your team so much so quickly with some really, really good people. So people are drawn to good people, right? So I think that's what they'll follow, and that's what you've done so far. So congratulations as well.
Perfect. Thank you. Now, hi, David. One more question for you. If
Certainly,
you were a
sir.
banker today, what would you want them to do?
You know what? I always suggest, maybe we were just talking about this earlier today, is you always want to be coming from a position of strength, right? So coming from the bank, a lot of people know that things change quite a bit. And I talk to bankers all the time. And usually what they say is, oh, I don't know if I want to come. I'm not ready. I'm happy where I am now. That is the best time to sit down with someone, because you always want to think to yourself, well, if something changes, because you know, with the bank or any company, stuff changes. You want to be in a position of strength. So if I know I need to make the move to the broker channel, I know what I have to do. I know what it's going to look like. I know what the next steps are. I'm aware of their model, because if I'm forced to make a decision, I may make the wrong one. You want to be able to be in a position where, you know what, I've already talked with Raymond and David. I know what's going on. And so something happens, I know what the next steps are. Even taking the mortgage agent licensing course, if you're coming from the bank, it's not a very challenging course. And you actually have, after you take it, you have 2 years to come into the broker channel. So whenever you just decide to take it, you take it. You have a full 2 years afterwards to make the move without taking the course again, right? So it's being prepared, because usually in life, anxieties come from the unknown, right? I know myself too. As long as I like to plan, the more I'm planned, the better I feel, the more confident I feel. Well, if you're planned and you're ahead of it, then if something happens, it's less stress. I know what that next step is. I have to do this. I got to call Raymond. I have to call David. Boom, boom, boom. So I'd really suggest, as you said before, planning ahead. Well, planning ahead knows what you need to do. So what are my next steps? And then, of course, we can help you with that.
Thank you.